Let's see what Paul says about marriage, shall we? Now, there are two or more issues that must be discussed. Two more other than the one Jesus said. The first issue is that there is another reason for a man or woman can remarry. That reason is found in 1 Corinthians. That passage teaches that if an unbelieving spouse wants a divorce, then the believing spouse must let them leave. This is the second reason for a biblical divorce. The second issue is that a person may be free to remarry, but what about the person they want to marry? The answer is that the other person is only free to marry if they've never been married or have only had a biblical divorce. So, a divorced woman can or somebody can marry a divorced woman. So, can person A marry a divorced person B? Yes. If person A has never married or has had a biblical divorce, and the person B has biblical grounds for the divorce. Does God allow a divorced woman to remarry? Does God allow a divorced man to remarry? The answer is yes. Okay, let's go up here and see what God said. Whoever divorces his wife and marries another woman commits adultery against her. And if she herself divorces her husband and marries another man, she's committing adultery. Everyone who divorces his wife and marries another commits adultery. And he who marries one who was divorced from a husband commits adultery. But I say indeed that everyone who divorces his wife makes her commit adultery, and whosoever marries a divorced woman commits adultery. So, but I say indeed that everyone who divorces his wife, except for the reason of unchastity, makes her commit adultery. So if you do what Paul did, because the believer wanted to go, that's breaking the laws. That's the only reason, except for the reason of unchastity. What did Paul say? What did Paul say? Yeah, you can, if they want to go, that's grounds for it. Disputing what God said. You know, that's why people love Paul. Because he says, yeah, you can do what you want. Oh, no, Jesus changed that. Well, that's what Jesus told. Well, no, Jesus was wrong. Because, yeah, he repeated it in all four Gospels. It's repeated in all four Gospels. But Paul says, yeah, if an unbeliever wants to leave, you have to let him go. You must let him go. That's the second reason for a biblical divorce. But the Lord tells it. The Lord tells it. The Bible is clear from Matthew 5:31-32 that Jesus allows a divorced man to marry another woman. Yeah, if she ain't been divorced. But it appears that God does not allow a man to marry a divorced woman. You know how they didn't give a biblical answer. So they give two biblical answers. One's from Jesus, and one is from Paul. Who are you going to trust?